The term artificial intelligence has become a household name. It's popping up everywhere from news broadcasts to everyday conversations. In fact, President Joe Biden just released a new executive order addressing AI. The potential of generative AI to automate tasks and act as an assistant has become fully known. This is even the rise of large language models with OpenAI's GPT series, Google Spark, and Meta's Llama. Yet, when you ask these models about something recent or information they haven't been trained on, they either hallucinate, speak of false knowledge, or admit that they don't know. Here you can see me asking ChatGPT questions about this Congressional app challenge, and it can't respond to all of them. Hi, I'm Yogusini Chami, and I present to you CustomLLM, an end-to-end platform for any user to train large language models on their own documents and improve the quality of their responses.
So the main framework behind CustomLLM is Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. So the main idea behind retrieval augmented generation is having some sort of source of knowledge that allows for the large language model to give better responses. So here that's our vector database, and in here we store our private documents. These private documents are split into embeddings, which are just vectors and numbers. So when the user gives the large language model a prompt, it's converted to a query, and then a similarity search is performed between the query and the vector database using some sort of function. This could be cosine or like Euclidean distance, and it'll return the most relevant piece of information from the documents that the user has uploaded. So then this is then put into a RAG prompt, and in this prompt there's both the context from the vector database and the original query. So then the large language model will produce a response is responding from the context, and this is outputted to the front end along with what the original query of the user was. So the way I implemented retrieval augmented generation in CustomLLM is through a module in Python called LangChain, and that just makes it easier to interact with large language models. So for my large language model, I initialize ChatGPT's 3.5 turbo model, and I give it my API key, which is stored in the environment variable here. For my embeddings, I use OpenAI embeddings as well, and I store it into an open source vector database called Chroma. And as of now, there are two types of sources of information that you can give CustomLLM: websites and PDFs. So the website, it extracts all the text from the database and then splits it into chunks. These chunks are then converted to embeddings, and then each of those embeddings are added to the vector database. It's pretty similar for the PDF version. And this is the retrieval augmented prompt. So you're an assistant for a question answering task. You use the following pieces of retrieve context to answer the question. And there's also like a failsafe, like if there's no information relevant to the query, just say you don't know the answer. So the question is provided as a question, and the context is given from the similarity search to the vector database. And I return the generated response. So I created a front end for now using Streamlit, which is just a quick and easy way for deploying models on Python. So I'm just going to show it for the Congressional App Challenge, just asking questions about it. So I have two pieces of information here, both the website of all the rules and also the complete rulebook here. So I can train it on the Congressional App Challenge website, click train, it shows up in train items, and then I'll just download this PDF quickly. It's already downloaded. And also upload it, and then click train. And now I can ask any questions about it. So I could be like, when is this app challenge due? Or sorry, I spelled it wrong, so. Okay, so it still gave me information about it, even though I spelled it wrong. And then I can also ask, what do I need to include in this video? So it's giving me all the information I need.
As for the future of CustomLLM, I'm developing it as a fully featured web app by making the front end in Next.js with Joy UI for styling and Firebase authentication and Pinecone for storing vector database. I'm also converting the Python link change functions from Streamlit to a backend API using Fast API.